What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast. I'm Leroy. No Philip on his pregame. He'll be back with us at halftime. Today, we got the Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Dallas Cowboys. It's a home game at Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite, and the over and under is 46.5. My thoughts on this game is they better not play like they did last week. This is going to be a tough game for them. Division rivals. Another division rival, because, Commanders are also a division rival. But this is another division rival. So they going to have the secondary. The secondary is going to have to start playing better. And please don't let Dak Prescott throw the football up and down the field. Hopefully get their stuff correct. I have the Eagles winning 24-17. I think it'll be a close game. The spread, I'm thinking under the spread. I don't think that they're going to score as much. So, this is a little quick one, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see you at halftime. Another thing, the Eagles have to run the football more because last week against the Commanders, Devontae Smith had 16 Swift had 16 carries and Gainwell had 2 carries. So that's a total of 18 carries for the whole game between two running backs. No, we're going to have to emphasize the run this week. Boston Scott is out for personal reasons, so Devontae will probably be the main fast running back. So, I want to see some more running, and I want to see some more screen passes, too, because Philadelphia was good at doing the screen pass, and then we just stopped using it. So, that's the stuff that I want to see. We'll be back at halftime. E-A-T-L-E-S, Eagles! All right, we back. It's halftime. The Cowboys is winning 17-14. Some quick stats on the Cowboys side. Dak Prescott is 10 for 16, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the rushing side, Tony Pollard, 6 rushes for 23 yards, and Dak Prescott had 4 rushes for 10 yards. On the receiving side, CeeDee Lamb, 4 receptions for 78 yards, the best wide receiver in the NFL, and the best tight end in the league, Jake Ferguson, has 4 receptions, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. And Turpin has 1 reception for 5 yards and 1 touchdown. On the Eagles side, we got Jalen Hurts, 10 for 13, 120 yards. On the rushing side, Kenneth Gainwell, 3 rushes for 22 yards. DeAndre Swift, 9 rushes for 21 yards. Gainwell had a touchdown. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. And Jalen Hurts has a rushing touchdown. On the receiving side, A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 53 yards. And Devontae Smith, 1 reception for 19 yards. Now, what are your thoughts on this game, Phil?
Thoughts on the game is the defense is bullshit, and they doing the same shit we talked about. They're playing off and giving like a 5-yard cushion, 5 to 10-yard cushion. So those guys is just fucking picking us apart underneath.
Especially Ferguson.
Yeah, like when has he had a good game all year? And all of a sudden he a fucking superstar. Here, let me just look at Ferguson real quick. I think he might have had 1 good game all year. Let me see. This is his season high. Well, he had 7 catches for 77 yards against New England back on October 1st. Besides that, but he had no touchdown. This game he got 62 yards and a touchdown. But where's this guy coming from to be busting our ass like that? And that's our linebackers' fault. And the defensive coordinator, because they don't know what the fuck he doing.
Mm-hmm. Why is it only one person is actually trying to sack the quarterback today? It's only Reddit.
That's our scheme. I don't understand that. You should be sending us a cornerback, sending a motherfucking linebacker, something every damn play until they show they can fucking bust your ass from it.
Right. And Dak is just looking like a star, just sitting back there and just throwing the football.
Yeah, and it's like every quarterback we played this year had a high-ass accuracy percentage and high-ass yards. So that tell you right there, we giving them too much bullshit underneath. There's no way There's no way they should be sitting back there comfortable just throwing 5 and fucking 10 yard passes all day and busting our ass.
Mm-hmm.
And what's up with our defensive coordinator not spreading the ball? It seemed like every pass is to AJ. Your quarterback got 13 pass attempts, but your second best receiver, who could be a number one on another team, only got one target.
Yep.
Well, shit, call a reverse for him. Call him a quick slant, something to get him the ball.
Exactly. I think they trying to break records with AJ. I think they just came. Well, I think as of right now, he has 57 yards. He's even close to 1,000 yards. It's probably like 980 something. It's got to be up there in the high
Mm-hmm.
900s. So I'm thinking they trying to make him be like the all-time whoever had the highest receiving yardage on the Eagles uniform. Because like you said, that's all he throws it to. They said the hell with Dallas Gow.
939.
All right, this is before you're not adding the 57 yards.
Not today's game. No.
Oh, okay, so it's like yeah, like 980 something. So so they just said the hell with Dallas Goddard, and they used to be the one that he used to throw it to.
AJ, I mean Smith, Goddard, neither one of them getting
Mm-mm.
catches.
Nope.
And the whole reason you got rid of Sanders and brought Swift in because Swift can supposedly catch out of the backfield. He's not even getting targets. It seems
Yep.
like every play is fucking AJ. That shit is gonna kill you in the playoffs. What team you know has a number one receiver that get all the catches and they fucking win the Super Bowl?
None.
Exactly. You got to spread that ball around. And the refs is on some bullshit again because even if it's an accident, if you hit a quarterback below the knee, that's a penalty, 15 yards. They just
Yes.
let that shit go like it wasn't nothing. Like fuck us up. They don't care. And I understand my man probably didn't mean to hit him, but you still hit him below the knee, and that should be a penalty.
Right.
And then that touchdown catch he got, he's sitting there scooping his hands under the ball. That wasn't no catch.
Well, the ball. I thought if the ball moves when okay, I can understand his hand was underneath it. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake, his hand was underneath it, right? But I thought the ball isn't supposed to make any movements when it hit the ground.
Right. So if the ball moved, that means it's incomplete.
Right.
And they burnt the shit out of us because the ball moved.
Exactly. So, what do you thought? What do you want to see in the second half?
I mean, I thought it was going to be like a pretty much a back and forth type of battle and shit. So that's what we got, a back and forth battle. Second half, more pressure on Dak. And what's name got the high hand. I'm not really the one that be like letting all the running backs do what they got to do. But if you got one running back with a high hand, you feed him the ball.
Right.
So our boy Gainwell's averaging 7 yards a carry. So why he only got 3 carries? Give him some more carries.
I don't know. Oh yeah, you didn't mention that. We have a Rashad Penny sighting today. He
You
was on
did? I didn't
special.
even see him.
Yeah, he was on special teams.
Damn shame.
Yep. I mean, like, why is he there?
Mm-hmm.
If
And
you're
they got a
not
nerve
going
to
to
be
use him,
they had a nerve to be one of the finals going after the top 2 free agent running backs.
all
You got
right.
running back C, you can't even use. You thinking about picking up another one?
Mm-hmm.
Cut the shit out.
I take you disappointed, huh?
Yeah, I mean it's a division game, and it's our arch nemesis, the Cowboys. So of course it's going to be a battle. But the way we marched down the field on that first drive, they ain't got nothing for us for real, for real. But we
Yes.
fucking keeping them around.
That's your defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's a fucking bum.
And letting Dak just sit back and just throwing
Is
a
this his
football.
first defensive coordinator job?
I don't know. He's fairly young, so I'm gonna say, well, both of them are the offense and defense coordinators are young, so I'm gonna say it is.
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, I know he ain't got a lot on his belt.
Hmm. So, all right, y'all, we'll see you in the second half. Oh, did you want to add something else?
No.
All right, yeah, we'll see you. I said second half. We'll see you at the end of the game. I didn't even bother asking anyone because they Cowboys fan is not going to talk to us.
It's cool.
So we'll be back at the end of the game.
All right.
All right, we back. It's the end of the game. The Eagles won 28-23. Here's some quick stats. On the Cowboy side, We got Dex Prescott, 28 for 43, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, you have Tony Pollard, 12 carries for 51 yards. Dak Prescott, 6 carries for 14. On the receiving side, the world's greatest wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, 10 receptions for 177 yards. Ferguson, the greatest tight end. They said that this was his best game as a
Career.
NFL player. Yeah, 7 receptions for 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Tolbert, 3 receptions, 49 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Turpin had that 1 reception for 5 yards with a touchdown. On the Eagles side, we have Jalen Hurts, 17 for 23, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing, we have Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift, I'm sorry. 8 receptions, 43 yards. 8 carries, I'm sorry, 43 yards. Rushing, Jalen Hurts, 10 carries for 36 yards, 1 touchdown. Gainwell, 3 carries for 22 yards and 1 touchdown. And our boy Rashad Penny got 2 carries today.
I
On
ain't
the
seen either one of them.
on the receiving on the receiving side, we got AJ Brown, 7 receptions, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith, 3 receptions, 51 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goddard, 3 receptions, 50 yards, and 0 touchdowns. The play that Dallas Goddard got hurt, that was a good play right there. I give him that. And Devontae's that throw and catch on that Devontae
Oh, that was the
touchdown was
perfect
good
throw,
too.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I give
Dropped it
him
right in
that.
the bread basket in the corner.
Yep. So, what's your thoughts of this game?
Shitty coaching, like always. I'm not going to be as much on the offense side. They still could have ran it a little bit more, but it's the defense. The defense was killing us. They let
Yes.
this. We had it was a minute and 20 on the clock. We got the ball. Ain't no way they supposed to get down to the 20 and with the ball back.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
Mm-mm-mm. Right.
And it's like the defensive coordinator don't know what the fuck to do. He just letting his players like y'all figure it out because he's not telling them shit or whatever he telling them is some bullshit. He need to get fired.
No, cause see, they gonna say, "Well, what's our record?"
Mm-hmm. When your ass get knocked out in the first round, then what? You can't play like that consistently every week. We complain about the same shit. Y'all giving up 5 and 10 yard cushions, and they just busting your ass catching the short and then running long.
Right. The Eagles win, but I haven't seen a good Eagles game yet. Whereas though the offense plays good and the defense plays good, it's like one or the other.
Right. Well, that's what I said. I said we winning, but it's on talent. It's not on the coaches.
Right. Right. And you allow them to march down the field like that. Like you said, a minute left in the game. And they just why is the wide receivers they trying to score a touchdown. Why is the wide receiver so damn open like that?
Because they leaving them open, like I said, 5 and 10 yard cushions instead of just playing fucking defense.
Hmm. When you watch that NFL throwback channel, the game is just totally different.
What you mean?
Defense, pretty much what you said. They
Oh,
don't play no damn cushions like that. I mean, there's a zone defense, but they don't play no cushions where they're giving like wide receivers like 5 to 10 yards away. They're playing like away from 'em. And then when they hike the ball, they'll run back. So they either further than to the wide receiver. Then the
mm-hmm.
wide receiver is wide open. The Eagles are good. Well, all the teams do it, but the Eagles are really good for doing that. And you don't see play like that on that NFL throwback channel when they show the highlights of games.
Yeah, that was straight bullshit, no matter how
You
you
don't
look at it.
right. You don't have a 2 minute drill when every wide receiver is damn open. Well, we'll just get them the stuff up front, but once they get close to the goal line, we'll hunker down and play defense. The Eagles did that the whole damn fourth quarter.
Yep.
Like when they get close, we'll hunker down and play defense. Now that when he had that fourth and goal when our boy Ferguson didn't get the touchdown and
Mm-hmm.
the ref tried to cheat us and try to give us a touchdown, he was nowhere close to a damn touchdown. The
Nope.
ball the ball supposed to break the plane. The ball wasn't even close to the plane.
Motherfucker, whole knee on the ground. And he wasn't even near it. They gonna throw his hands up for a touchdown.
Right. Now, see, that was good defense. That whole scenario right there. That was good defense that they played. They all hunker down and play defense when they get close. Like all the sacks that they were getting. towards the end of the game. And your
Yeah.
boy got two. I don't know if they're gonna count it as 1.5 or two.
You talking about
But Brandon Graham.
Brandon? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a game that we should have won a fight, and then in the end we tried to give it away our best we could. Dumbass Dak gonna step out. Nobody around him. He could have ran for the touchdown.
Yep.
It would have been him and some guy chasing him from off to the side, 1-on-1. The dude couldn't get a square hit on him, so he might have would have pushed him out of bounds. But why he step out of bounds right there? That's dumb shit.
They count Brandon Graham as having 1.5.
Okay. Did they give
Hmm.
Nicole Dean a half a sack? I see he got hurt again. I don't know about that dude.
Yes, they gave him a half a set.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, but this is a bad boy. I wish I had press passes so I can sit and ask Nick Sirianni in a press conference. He's not gonna give me an answer. He'll bullshit his way out of my questions. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't see, how do you see, what do you see and when you look at game film and see how to see, you can't go real hard on them because then they'll say, well, what's the record? Like we was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the record again? Oh yeah, okay. Dallas had the ball twice and they still couldn't get a touchdown. What's our and our defense stopped them, right? That's what they'll say. But what I see is a bunch of shitty performances. Every quarterback gets to had a best game against the Eagles.
Yep. And it's the same way we lost the Super Bowl. We fucking played off the receivers and let them fucking chew us up from the underneath.
Yep. Hmm. So anything you want to add?
Not really.
All right, Philip. So we have a bye week next week. So the Eagles come back on the 20th, Monday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that a home game or away game? That is a away game at Kansas City. So what's your thoughts on this or the Super Bowl rematch in Kansas City?
Kansas City is soft. I think we can beat them if we play our A game.
Okay.
They when they won the Super Bowl, not against us, but the other year that they won the Super Bowl and they've been the dominating team, they always had a run game. Now they just said fuck the run. They just as bad
Yeah.
as us when it comes to run. They worse than us.
Minnesota.
They make
Minnesota. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
they what they did was they had a good running back, and then they had a backup running back that was good. They started, giving him carries, and then they stopped all together, just put it all on Pat Mahomes.
Yep. And that's not going to work all the time
You
like
know,
that. You
and
need
Minnesota, like you said, Minnesota had a good running back. They let him go so they can be a passing first team.
right. And now you're struggling with a 4-4 record when
Mm-hmm.
they lost 4 games last year and they lost in the AFC Championship, right?
Who, Minnesota?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember neither. But hey, you had a running back to bail you out, but now you just get rid of the running back and you put your back on Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is like Kirk Cousins isn't bad. He's just like a middle of the road quarterback.
Like he's like a above average quarterback.
Okay, yeah, that's better. And you had Cook there to help him out, so you get rid of Cook and you put it on Cousins. They struggling a bit now.
Mm-hmm.
Cousins get hurt. Then his backup gets hurt today. Then you put it on Josh Dobbins, who
Well,
just
shit.
got there what, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Uh, and what's the name was like that really their number one receiver, and they let him go. Adam Thielen.
Yep.
He was a reliable dude. He can catch the ball. He can run a perfect route and get open. He never hardly dropped the ball. And y'all just got rid of him. So it's like shit. You got rid of your running back, one of your best receivers, and then you just gonna put it all on Cousins and what's the other boy, Jefferson? Come on, you
Yep.
need more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I don't know what was the thought process. Like you have to have a good running back. A running back will bail you out in good situations. Now, like that drive the Eagles had when they just punted the ball. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
they focused on a run earlier, and they wouldn't have had that little short 3 downs that they had with that running
Right.
the football like that. And then almost fumbled it from running in each other trying to be cute instead of just running the football.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was knocked out there. He probably was, but the ground made him probably wake back up. But it sure seemed like that knocked him out. I'm like, you gotta be so cute and running this and having AJ run this way. Hike the ball and just run it, please.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything else you want to add?
Nah, not really.
Well, real quick, let's get into the trade. Just some Sixers talk here. I'm gonna read on what they wrote on ESPN, and you just give us your view on this trade here. This is the James Harden trade I'm talking about. This is from ESPN. 76ers sent James Harden, PJ Tucker, Philip Pertrov to the Clippers for Marcus Murray, Robert Covington, Nick Baum, KJ Martin, a 2028 unprotected first round draft pick, two second round picks, a 2029 swap pick, and an additional first round pick from Oklahoma City Thunder, sources told ESPN. The Clippers are sending a 2027 first round pick swap to Oklahoma City, clearing the way for the Thunder to move to a protected 2026 first round pick to the 76ers, sources said. The Clippers are sending a 2024 and a 2029 second round pick to the Sixers in a deal too, sources said. The Sixers will waive veteran guard Danny Green to create the roster space for the trade. The Sixers are bringing back expiring contracts that will keep them on track to potentially have a as much as 50 million to 65 million in salary cap space next summer. So next summer, I don't want to hear no excuses. They're going to have to bring whoever's a free agent. They're going to have to bring them in if they have that much of a salary cap.
They're gonna have the money, but they ain't gonna get nobody.
Well, all right, now what's your thoughts on the trade?
I don't know about all that, but I'm just happy that James Harden is going. He don't want to be here. I didn't want him here to begin with, so cool. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of those guys. If his head ain't in the game, he don't give a shit what you think. He'll go clubbing. He'll get fat. He'll bullshit his way through the fucking game. Like they said, and I think Embiid said it, or somebody said it in the Sixers organization. Once he didn't make the All-Star team last year, his numbers dropped because he ain't care no more. I think Embiid said that. But he said like we saw a change in his game once he didn't make the All-Star roster. So he thought he was an All-Star, wanted to make the All-Star, and he probably should have because he did average like 20 and 10. There wasn't too many point guards doing that.
Right.
But once he didn't make it, that's when all his numbers went down and he didn't give a shit no more. And that's how he is. When he feeling good, he playing good. When he don't give a shit, then he don't give a shit. Then you can see it in his game. So yeah, I didn't want to, and for him to say that, he pretty much said the Sixers handcuffed him and held him back from playing his game, which was bullshit. And then Embiid came out and said that's bullshit. Sixers allowed him to, do whatever he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, when we were talking about it, they allowed him to do whatever because some games he'll shoot all crazy and other games he won't. So it was up to him.
Right. Now, see, I like the trade because I like the draft pick, especially that Oklahoma City first round draft pick. Because Oklahoma City, they like a young team.
Well, of course,
So
when we not mean to cut you over, when we talk about it, we talk about if we're going to trade players, then we need multiple draft picks. And so I
right,
see why you're saying that because I like the draft picks too.
yeah, because that Oklahoma City pick can be a good pick, but they gotta know how to draft the right player.
And we didn't have any wing defenders, and we grabbed Oubre and we grabbed Covington. So I like both those guys. Now Oubre dropping 20 a night, I didn't know he was going to be doing all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's one of those streaky guys. One day he was 5 for 6 from 3-point range. The next day he was like 1 for 7.
Mm-hmm.
So you take for what it is. But if he give you quality minutes and he getting you 20 points with a nice field goal percentage and he can play defense because he's fast, I'm cool with that.
Right. And another thing with the NBA, now they started the play-in tournament on Friday, but the Sixers played a regular game on Saturday. That didn't make any sense
Yeah, I don't
because
even know what's going on with the tournament, so I ain't even paying no mind. I just looked at it like still regular basketball going on.
okay, did you see the court? How the
No.
court looked? Okay, they got like what they trying to do is when you play NBA 2K and you go
Mm-hmm.
into that yard and you play on the street or whatever, you play on
Mm-hmm.
like these fancy courts. And they designed a court like that. But then I'm looking at the game thinking I'm watching I turned into the game thinking I was going to see, the fancy court that the Sixers made,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a regular court. And then they were talking like it was just a regular game. Because I don't think the Suns is in our playing division. I don't know when they start playing in the tournament. But how do you start it on Friday and then have regular games on Saturday? That didn't make any sense to me.
I know, yeah. I don't. They don't need all this tournament shit like that.
Well, what they're trying to do is, the NBA is like a world game. See, the NFL is like America's game, but
Colonel.
the NBA is like the a global game. And soccer is a global game too. And they do these play-in tournaments in the
Mm-hmm.
season all the time. So they just trying to match up what soccer is doing. Yeah,
You
and
got 80. You got 82 games. You don't need to put no more extra to it than that.
no, it's not extra. That's just the games count as the record. The only thing that the games don't count is the championship. So it's regular
What's
games.
the benefits of winning the in-game tournament?
I don't know what's the benefit. You get a trophy and
Nothing.
maybe some money. I
Man, you
don't,
can keep that bullshit. Ain't nobody worried about that. They
I
didn't
don't
need that.
know. But no, it's regular. It's still 82 games. It's not anything extra. Other than if you go to the championship,
Mm-hmm.
there'll be an extra game for you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's stupid.
Well, anything else you want to add?
Nah.
All right, y'all. You can reach the judgmentals on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at the two underscores judgmentals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. All right, cool.
All right, man. Peace out.